Thanks for staying with us. You're watching WION World is One. I'm Adha Juneja and this is Speed News. Let's start with all the stories making headlines today. US forces launched a 9th consecutive night of strikes against Iran. The US Central Command said its latest strikes on Iran targeted command centers and other military facilities in a bid to prevent Tehran from attacking vessels transiting the Hormuz Strait. It said that the targets included air defense and coastal surveillance sites, maritime capabilities, missile and drone launch sites, and communications network. Meanwhile, Iran's Revolutionary Guards claimed to blow up 2 oil tankers after they attempted to transit the southern route of Hormuz. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that Iran is using the waterway as leverage for the ongoing war. The US military has said that a service member has been killed in an Iranian attack in northern Iraq. Well, this a day after an attack on a base in Jordan that killed 2 US soldiers and left another missing. In a post on X, the US Central Command said the individual was killed during a controlled detonation of unexploded ordnance from a downed Iranian attack drone. It also wounded a second service member. The death brought the number of American service members killed since the US and Israel launched their war on Iran to 17. Iran's Revolutionary Guards say they launched a surprise attack on a US command center in the Al-Tanf region of Syria in what it said was revenge for the blood of martyred soldiers. The Al-Tanf base is located near Syria's southeastern borders with Jordan and Iraq. Meanwhile, Iran's Tasnim news agency reported that funerals were held for 3 soldiers killed in a US attack on barracks in Iran Share. The Atomic Energy Organization of Iran has said that the US had attacked the unfinished Dakhovan nuclear power plant in the country's southwest, calling it an aggressive and brutal act contrary to international law. The UN's nuclear watchdog said that it was looking into the report, noting that the plant contained no nuclear material when last visited by the IAEA. The Indian Embassy in Iran has issued an advisory for nationals planning to travel to the country, urging them to postpone their trips amid the evolving security situation. It has also advised Indian citizens already in Iran to consider temporarily leaving the country. The advisory was shared through a post on social media platform X. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has lauded Lebanon's efforts to restore peace following the country's latest round of talks with Israel. Rubio held talks with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun at the State Department over implementation of the trilateral framework. In a statement, the US State Department said that Secretary Marco Rubio has condemned the courage of Lebanese President Joseph Aoun for their determined effort to reclaim Lebanon's sovereignty, disarm Hezbollah and dismantle its terrorist infrastructure. But Rubio added that the US remains committed to supporting Lebanon's efforts to deliver peace, security and a better future for its citizens. In a big development in the Russia-Ukraine war, Kiev has blamed Russia for a deadly strike on a Turkish cargo ship. Ukrainian Navy alleged that the Turkish cargo ship carrying grain attacked in Russian missile strikes. Well, Ukraine has also alleged that 6 crew members have been killed and 4 members are missing, while 8 have been rescued. Confirming the location, Ukrainian Prime Minister Sergei Koretsky said that the vessel was struck near Odessa after leaving the port. Russia has amplified its airstrikes on Ukrainian sites overnight. Ukraine's Kharkiv Regional Military Administration have confirmed that Russia has attacked a postal terminal in the outskirts of the city, in which at least 3 people have died and 20 others sustained critical injuries. A barrage of Russian missiles have hit the Ukrainian city of Sumy and Kherson as well. The Ukrainian authorities have confirmed deaths of 2 civilians, while several others left critically injured. In one of the biggest attacks, Ukraine has allegedly launched more than 400 drones targeting Moscow. The mayor of the Russian capital has claimed that most of the drones have been neutralized by the Russian air defense system. The mayor has also added that 85 UAVs were destroyed on approach to Moscow. Ukraine's security service has released a video which allegedly shows a sea drone striking a Russian oil tanker. The identity of the vessel has been confirmed as Avero from superstructure and design via matching archived images. However, the attack location is yet to be ascertained. Ukraine has described the vessel as part of Moscow's shadow fleet, which is allegedly used to evade Western sanctions. A heartbreaking visual has surfaced from one of the attacked buildings in Ukraine's Zaporizhzhia, where a mother has been waiting for the rescue of her 11-year-old daughter trapped in rubble. 40-year-old Katerina sat outside the shattered building calling for her daughter Masha and broke down in tears. Zaporizhzhia came under severe Russian attack on 16th of July. At least 3 people were killed after a Russian-guided bomb attack on residential areas. US Vice President J.D. Vance and his wife, Second Lady Usha Vance, announced the birth of their 4th child. Vice President Vance announced the birth of his new child born on social media with a statement signed by him and his wife. The statement said that both Vance and his wife are excited to welcome their baby boy, Alec Neil Vance. The new baby boy, Alec Neil Vance, joins his 3 other older siblings, Ivan, Vivek and Mirabel. J.D. Vance is also the first sitting vice president to have a newborn baby in more than 150 years. The last time a sitting U.S. vice president welcomed a child was while in office. It was way back in the 1800s. Six people have been killed as a powerful 5.5 magnitude earthquake struck central Peru. According to the reports, 20 people were injured and over 300 residents were displaced after the quake hit the country. Quake hit late Saturday near the city of Sikaya in the Huancayo province, triggering the collapse of several homes and other buildings. Emergency crews carried out search operations overnight to save as many lives as possible. As the rescue operations continue, authorities say that the exact number of missing people still remain unknown. Death toll from Venezuela's devastating twin earthquakes have climbed to 5,208. Well, this is according to the latest official figures. The toll rose by 89 since Saturday, 25 days after the powerful back-to-back quake struck on 24th of June. The coastal state of La Guaira, near the capital Caracas, remains the worst-hit region. Number of injured stands at 16,740. Recovery teams continue to pull bodies from the rubble of collapsed buildings in La Guaira. Authorities have not yet provided an estimate of how many people are still missing. Major search and rescue operation is underway off the coast of Guyana after a passenger ferry carrying more than 130 people capsized during an overnight voyage. Dozens have been rescued, but many remain unaccounted for as emergency crews race against time to find survivors. The MV Barima was traveling from the capital, Georgetown, into the inland town of Port Kaituma in the oil-rich Essequibo region when it overturned. Officials say initial reports suggest the vessel was struck by a large wave, while search teams continue to look for the remaining 66 passengers and crew members who are currently listed as missing. In New Delhi, protesters say they will march to Parliament today demanding education reforms and accountability over the alleged NEET paper leak. The Cockroach Janata Party has called on students and parents to join the protest despite a Delhi police advisory against the march. Heavy security has been deployed across key locations as police have urged people not to assemble, saying no permission has been granted for the march.
मुझे बोलते थे रास्ते पर कोई नहीं आएगा, ये कुछ सोशल मीडिया ट्रेंड बनकर रह जाएगा। आज दिखा दो जंतर मंतर की तरफ जो सारे चारों रास्ते आ रहे, चारों रास्ते बन चुके हैं।
Monsoon session of Indian Parliament will begin today. The 32-day session is set to hold 21 sittings till 13th of August. The session is set for a stormy start, with the government pushing a packed legislative agenda. Union government has placed 5 key bills on its legislative agenda, while the opposition is ready to mount a coordinated challenge over issues like NEET paper leak and Ayodhya Ram Temple donation theft probe. At least 11 people have died after a cloud burst triggered flash floods in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district. Rescue teams comprising the Army, Jammu and Kashmir Police and the State Disaster Response Force continue search operations for the missing amid heavy rain across the Union Territory. J&K Chief Minister Omar Abdullah chaired a high-level meeting to review situation arising from incessant rainfall. Chilean army and police forces continue operations to rescue families and houses flooded with mud as a severe storm system battered the country's central north region. Chile's military police are carrying out aerial rescues. They are lifting isolated families from their rooftops as flood waters rise around them. The government has declared a preventive state of emergency across 10 regions across the country in effect from 13th of July to 21st of July to help mobilize emergency resources and coordinate response efforts. A wildfire swept through towns of France's Mediterranean coast near Fréjus on Sunday, threatening homes and forcing the evacuation of several hamlets as strong winds and drought conditions fueled its rapid spread. Train services between the Mediterranean port of Toulon and Les Arcs were suspended because of the fire. The World Meteorological Organization last month warned that the record temperatures that plagued Western Europe for over a week in late June would worsen the risk of wildfires, given the outlook for sustained high temperatures, very low humidity and dry vegetation. A massive wildfire continues to rage across central Spain, with firefighters battling flames through the night into Sunday. The La Miela wildfire has already scorched at least 9,000 hectares, forcing the evacuation of around 700 residents and leaving 16 municipalities temporarily deserted. Well, this is according to reports and from authorities. Spain's military emergency unit joined the firefighting operation, working alongside emergency crews to contain the rapidly spreading blaze and douse active flames. The regional government of Castilla-La Mancha has declared a level 2 emergency, warning that the wildfire poses a serious threat to populated areas and critical infrastructure. Officials say strong wind gusts continue to fuel the fire, making it difficult for crews to bring the situation under control. A new Deloitte survey shows Britain's top finance executives are becoming more optimistic about the impact of artificial intelligence on their businesses. The survey found 73% of UK chief financial officers believe AI will improve business performances, up from 59% at the end of last year and 39% 2 years ago. The report also showed concerns over geopolitical risks and energy prices that have eased, while worries about the UK's productivity and competitiveness remains largely unchanged. Deloitte said CFOs continue to prioritize cost control and cash management even as confidence in AI continues to grow. Meta's Facebook and Instagram experienced a temporary outage on Sunday, with thousands of users reporting problems accessing the platforms. Outage tracker Down Detector recorded more than 4,800 reports from Facebook users and nearly 2,900 reports from Instagram users in the United States. Reuters also observed intermittent access to both platforms in Singapore, suggesting the disruption affected users in multiple regions. Meta did not immediately comment on the cause of the outage or when services were fully restored. SpaceX is now targeting Thursday, 23rd of July for another attempt to launch its Starship rocket after last week's last-second launch abort in Texas. The company said it has modified Starship's propulsion system to fix the engine issue that forced the previous test to be cancelled just before the liftoff. The 13th test flight will carry 20 Starlink satellites to demonstrate the rocket's satellite deployment system and Starlink's laser communication technology. SpaceX plans to begin launching Starlink satellites into orbit using Starship by the end of this year, followed by regular missions. Asian markets opened cautiously as rising oil prices and renewed inflation concerns weighed on investor sentiment. Brent crude climbed above $90 a barrel after escalating tensions in West Asia raised fears of supply disruptions. Investors are also closely watching a packed week of earnings from major technology companies, including Alphabet, Tesla, and Intel, amid growing questions over lofty AI-related valuations. While US futures edged higher, broader Asian markets remained under pressure as higher bond yields and elevated energy prices kept investors on edge. Gold prices slipped as rising oil prices and expectations of higher US interest rates dampened investor sentiment. Spot gold eased to around $4,000 an ounce after Brent crude climbed above $90 a barrel, fueling inflation concerns. Comments from US Federal Reserve officials signaling that further rate hikes may be needed also pressured the precious metal as higher interest rates reduced the appeal of non-yielding assets like gold. Silver, platinum, and palladium, however, posted modest gains. The US dollar edged higher in Asian trade as investors shifted towards safe haven assets amid escalating tensions in West Asia. The greenback strengthened against most major currencies while Brent crude climbed above $90 a barrel, adding to market uncertainty. Traders are also closely watching the US Federal Reserve with expectations that interest rates will remain unchanged at its upcoming meeting despite growing calls from some policymakers for further rate hikes. Well, Spain are the new FIFA World Cup champions. Spain beat defending champions Argentina 1-0 after extra time to lift their second World Cup title. Ferran Torres scored the decisive goal after Argentina were reduced to 10 men late in normal time, following Enzo Fernandez's red card. Lionel Messi's side failed to register a single shot on target as Spain capped a dominant tournament with victories over France, Belgium and Argentina to complete a European and World Cup double. Kylian Mbappe has become the first player to win the World Cup Golden Boot twice. Well, this after Lionel Messi failed to add to his tally in Sunday's final. The France forward scored 10 goals in 8 matches to edge out Messi for the Golden Boot. The 27-year-old moved clear of Messi by scoring twice in the third-place playoff. However, his brace could not prevent France from suffering a 6-4 defeat to England as they finished fourth. The French forward, who made his World Cup debut in 2018, also won the Golden Boot at the 2022 World Cup. It has been a remarkable year for Spain captain Rodri as the midfield maestro has been named the FIFA World Cup Golden Ball winner. The Spanish star played a pivotal role as Spain lifted their second World Cup title. The award adds to an incredible collection for Rodri, who has now won the FIFA World Cup, the Ballon d'Or, the UEFA Champions League, the Euros and the Premier League, further strengthened his status as one of the greatest midfielders of his generation. Christopher Nolan's adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey has shattered 5 box office records. The movie has earned $264.1 million in its global debut. The Odyssey has become Nolan's third largest opening ever. The movie, which was made on a budget of $250 million, has recovered its cost in its opening debut. The live-action remake of Moana has entered $178.5 million worldwide. The movie features Dwayne Johnson as Maui and is a remake of the animated hit of the same title. Minions and Monsters has earned $357.99 million globally despite taking the top spot during the North American Independence Day weekend. The film posted the lowest opening weekend in the history of the Despicable Me, Minions franchise. Toy Story 5 is another movie which is on its way to enter the billion-dollar club. The movie has already earned $958.4 million worldwide. Directed by Andrew Stanton, it is currently the third highest-grossing film of 2026, trailing just behind the Super Mario Galaxy movie and Michael.
Bergman.